Manz. Let's go. Woo, woo. Yeah. M-Spot with a mindset shift. Yeah. Motivation turn pain to a gift. Let's go. Momentum when the moment don't quit. Mac Manz talk truth. This is it. Yeah, I'm back with the facts. News hit fast, no cap. Sports talk, real talk. Bring the guests to the map. Different walks, different lives. Every voice get heard. Message in the madness. Every line got a word. Motivation when you feel like you stuck in place. Momentum keep pushing when you losing the race. Moments turn legends when you stay on the grind. Maturation, elevation of the mind. M-Spot with a mindset shift. Yeah. Motivation turn pain to a gift. Let's go. Momentum when the moment don't quit. Mac Manz talk truth. This is it. M-Spot, M-Spot, Mac Manz, the M-Spot, with mindset, meets momentum. Woo!
Stop playing with me. Your boy is back in the building. Another round of applause. You guys, I had a guest coming on. I'm trying to see if she can figure out how to get on right now. So I got my podcast niece coming on. So it might take a minute for her to get here, but we're going to still work it anyway. But thank y'all all for showing up tonight for the M-Spot. One round of applause for you again. I want to thank everybody that's watching me on Twitch at Mac Manz 1231. Everybody watching me on YouTube at Mac Manz Media LLC, and for those who are watching me right now on Facebook. So I do have a guest, like I said, she's going to make sure she can get in here. I don't know where she is at this moment, so I'm just waiting to see what's up. Andy Jones, what is up? This original home of the gunshot salutes, you already know. We're going to get that all day. So y'all, like I said, today is going to be tonight's going to be a great night. Special guest. This is my podcast niece. So that's what we calling her right now. And we're gonna get her to bring her on, like I said, because I was waiting for her to get her butt in gear. I think she finally did. So yeah, we're gonna get ready to bring her on here in a second here. But tonight's show is gonna be very, very you know how I get down here. We're not playing no games. We're going right where I gotta go and do right what I gotta do. We're very serious here on the M-Spot. You know how we get down. So, okay, Tasha, I see you got yours a little bit different. I'm used to everybody even having their stuff to the side or something, so let me fix this up real quick. But my guest is here, y'all. We're going to go ahead and bring her in a second here. I'm getting everything prepared for her, for the queen that she is. We're going to make sure she get her shine right now. This is all about Mrs. Mac. So you're going to get Mac and Mac tonight. No mac and cheese, just Mac and Mac. That's all you're getting, just Mac and Mac. So no mac and cheese. But this is my girl. She's so cool. Like I said, remember, and I will preface the whole conversation first by looking into the camera and saying, sometimes my volume is lower than the interview. So I will yell if I got to, or I might even go into an echo chamber just to make y'all happy, okay? All right. So now, without further ado, I'm going to bring on, she is a member of the Tribe of the Tribalists. And we get along good because, like I said, she called me Unc. It's kind of cool because when she said she sounded like the uncle she's never had. I love that. Uncles tell stories. They listen to stuff. We're going to swap things off today. But, y'all, I want to welcome you in. Round of applause for my guest tonight, Miss LaTasha Mack. Let's give her a round of applause. Just make sure we can hear her. Are you there, Tasha? Can we hear you? Okay, hold on. See that? I told y'all we got to make sure we can hear. Okay. Tasha, can you say, can we hear you? No, I cannot hear you. Hold on, Tasha. We got to get this together. Hold on. I know you're there. Okay, can you go ahead, say something, Tasha? I cannot hear you. There you go.
Okay, so I'm on my iPad. I had to give permission.
Okay. See that now you got my business all on the street because people can see what I was doing in the background. But there is my podcast niece. Everybody give it up once again. Gonna get a round of applause. Everybody get it once again for LaTasha Mack. So tonight, Tasha, they getting the return of the Mac ×2. know what I'm saying? This ain't mac and cheese. This is mac and mac. That's what we do. So, okay, well, first we're going to start this off. I would love for you to introduce yourself, give them a little bit of who you are, and, just tell them what LaTasha Mack does when she's not being LaTasha Mack all the time. What does she do?
So I'm LaTasha. Pretty much I'm just a mom. Got 2 kids, a wonderful partner, and I'm a nationally registered certified medical assistant. I work in hematology and oncology, which is blood and cancer. And I love it. I love people. I love healing people. I love making people smile. It's just what brings me passion. So really what I do in my free time is I just like to spread love. I don't know like how to really answer that question, because I really don't do much. I feel like we live in such a negative world
Yeah.
that there's not much, positive out there. So I really just spend time with my girls. Obviously, I spend time with the tribe of the tribe for the tribalists, and I'm just working on healing. I've been on this healing journey, which was very intense. So I've been kind of sheltered. I had to kind of, I don't know if you've ever been through it, but you kind of have to go inward for a while. So you can't be out there,
Okay, so
partying and.
okay, well, if you follow me, anybody that follows me in the morning, I do my motivational muscle
Yep.
moments, and
Yep.
I've been talking about the rebuild, and we'll go through that in a second. We're going because we got a good conversation going on. But first, before we get started, I want to tell you something. LaTasha Mack,
Yep.
this is the M spot. This is Mac's spot, and you are a Mac, so you family. So I need you to get into the vibe. Right now, that's just it. I tell people this is what I told my last guest too. It was his first time on the podcast. He told me that too. He got on air. This is my first time. I tell people when you hear in the M spot, this is a platform for those who don't get a platform. That's what I do. I love to do this. This is a gift of love. So when you're in the M spot, girl, you kick your feet off, you sit your ass down, and you conversate.
All right.
So
I'm
loosen
down.
up. So loosen up. There you go. Loosen up, Tasha Mack. Shake it off. There you go. Well, Tasha, I'm glad I got you on today. I did. You said you work with pathogens and things like that. I'm not a black person. So that's just really. Um, well,
I love it.
pathogens ain't just blood. It's anything dealing with something that could be human body fluid or something like that. So Tasha, how did you get into that? And when you did, when you got into this and started doing it, um, what keeps you doing it? So two-part question. How did you start? How did you get into it? And what keeps you motivated to keep doing this?
For my work.
Yes, yes.
Oh, so really, I turned 30 and I had like an aha moment, and I was like, I got to get my shit together. I got to figure out what I want to do, what I'm good at. I was a manager at Wendy's, and it was not fulfilling. I was not. So I decided to go to college, and I went to college and I got my medical assistant degree, and I actually got registered and certified, which is good. It just means you get paid more, you learn more. And I started out actually in pain management. I did that for about 5 years, and it was really starting to affect me mentally. When you deal with people in pain, they're miserable, they're not happy, and it became very draining. So I was very good at doing IVs and drawing blood. So my patients would tell me all the time, God, you're so good. I wish I could take you with me when I go to my primary care doctor or this doctor. And I was like, dang, maybe I really am good at this. So I started looking into like what kind of medical facilities do that, have more lab drawing. And I found that obviously hematology, that's blood, the study of blood, and oncology, you're doing lots and lots of labs. So I kind of really manifested this job. I kept just praying and asking like the universe, asking God, like, please just send me something, send me something. I seen this job, applied for it, honestly thought I was never going to get it because getting a job in Conway is super, super hard. And long and behold, I got the job, and I do it, and I started it, and I love it. Like, I love it. I feel so fulfilled. I mean, I come home every day. I'm not miserable. I can come home and I'm present for my family. I'm present for my children. I can cook. I can go for walks. I can play outside with the dogs and my son. Like, I'm happy again, and that to me is like the greatest thing. And I know that I'm doing what I'm meant to do now. Like, I know I'm
Okay, now Whitney Houston, the greatest. I thought you said the greatest. I was just gonna say hit that love of all. I thought I was waiting for it to come. I was trying to hit that love of all. I was like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, Tasha, I love that, and I love the fact you said that you come home and you
yeah.
are fulfilled. So when you work a job that you love, you're not working, and that is
Hmm.
the thing that's so awesome. Because a lot of people like me, I had to start my own business to understand my value. Like I said, we're gonna go into so much. Another round of applause, man. I am so glad you're here. You don't understand, because girl, we're gonna chop it up. We're gonna talk. So this is the thing about it. We're gonna talk. Um, Real quick, when I go through these comments, girl, you got it lit up over here. So my son, Untitled the Goat TV, he is my son, Untitled. He is a published and recorded artist. He used to do a lot of my music for the wrestling and a lot of things, my podcast. Also big time on Twitch. Let's give him a gunshot salute and a Feekums. Don't think I forgot. Andy Jones, what's up, Unc? What's up, Andy T Mac? Andy Jones says in the house. Better dollar, she got red hair. Yes, T Mac has got the red hair. Rich goes, T Mac. Okay, and we got One Bad Mama. Good evening, beautiful friends. Oh, we know who that is. Let me see. Rich, yay. Let me see. Christy Wright, my girl.
Yep.
J-
Oh,
okay, JOM Pride says, I see you. Just giving her once. Okay, these are some of the people I got from Twitch. So you gotta understand what they're saying. This is a grown post. This like the grown folks club. So if you in here with them YN jeans on and them funny looking shoes and boots and them little funny man handle person, then you can't be here. This for grown folks. Everybody in this place drink Hennessy straight. We wear our old school pimp hats with the feather to the side, and we drive Cadillacs. The ladies in here are very classy. I'm just telling you. So if you're a kid, don't step up in here or you're gonna catch one of these. I'm just telling you. I will put it up. Don't get me going. I am Unc. Remember that. Okay. Andy Jones. She got an iPad or something. Your thing. Andy Jones. She's taller than Unc too. You know what? Shut up. We already know, bro. Come on. I ain't the tallest, but dang, come on, bro. Tina Quinn said, "Woohoo, that's my soul sister." Brad Elkins
oh,
said, "What's up?" D Murph, hey, I made it. What's up, Unc? D Murph is my man. Gunshot salute to D Murph.
yep.
Gunshots to Brad Elkins. And gunshot to Tasha Mack for bringing everybody she know and their grandmama to the party. There we go. Oh, my girl
Oh,
liver than she did, Mac Manz. For some reason, we can barely hear you, but her side. I know this already. We talk about this. We do this every single. Do we not do this every single? I talk about this every single show. I know that is low. I said that if you'd have been paying attention from the beginning, I told you that. Okay. So Christy, oh, I love you. Thank you for being here. I got you. Amazing T Mac. Salute. I will. All right, T Mac. Since I'm on the microphone like Michael McDonald, on my own, the way you got yeah. Okay, T Mac. So now I'm gonna ask a question. We're gonna get to talking. Now there
yep.
was a story about a young man. Oh, that's why too. I got you. Thank you so much. Now you can hear me. I know you can. There was a young
Mhm.
story about There's a story about the young man that was armed and dangerous. I covered the story yesterday. Me and Rich did. And in the comments, now I told Rich I wouldn't go there on my show. We going there. In the comments, there were some comments made, and I'm gonna break them out because that's what we do here. You know, if you with me in the M spot, we so damn real. I do not play. There were comments in about if the boy was white or black. I'm gonna put it out here. So me and one of my friends were talking about. Me and Rich were talking about it too, and Rich said something I agreed on. I didn't give a damn what color the kid was. If you out here and you got a gun that says you're armed and dangerous, when we capture you, we treat you like you're armed and dangerous. Well, in the
Yep.
comments, there were people, and yes, it was a divide. There were
Mm.
people saying that, oh, he's just a kid, he's not armed, he's scared and nervous. Okay, they didn't say scared or nervous, but I can get where you coming from. It's a kid. Maybe he did something wrong, and he just kind of like, you know. But on the other hand, like they said, not to be funny, if it's been Jaquan, I don't give a damn, Jaquan, if you scared or nervous. You armed and dangerous. You're getting locked up. And to me, at the stories we covered about the police yesterday, that's an issue. It shouldn't matter about what color the kid is. Maybe the black kid is scared and stuff too. Or maybe the white kid just wants to, you know. So it could go either way on either flip of the coin. I wish people wouldn't go there. But the reason I'm going there because me and you always talk about the psychology. If you know how I think, Tasha Mac, your physical makeup and your psychological makeup are two different things. I tell people that all the time. You can have a person that's got it all together outside, but could be so jacked up inside. Same thing. Somebody that is jacked up outside could be the most peaceful and graceful, great person. You know, look at, yeah. So I'm going to ask you, when it comes to dealing with these situations, with especially with the youth, but adults too, do you think that as far as us as people coming to the table, that we should have more cognitive thought processes on the situation itself and not the color or the people in the situation? I think it's more about how we fix the situation, to me, at that time, instead of the color. So with that all being said, what is your take on people's thought process when they came to that? You know, and they took the one thing and made a color thing. What is your thought process on that?
I mean, for me, I don't make things about color. I grew up in a very small racist town. I was one of like 8 colored kids who went to my school. So I've experienced racism. I know what it's like. It's a wound that runs deep in me, and I am very just anti-racism. I feel like when you read stories like that, start reading, like, well, obviously you can't read them with your eyes closed, but if you listen to them, start closing your eyes and just listening to them and let your mind just, you know, picture it. And this is the problem with the news, though, lately. They can't be unbiased. You know, they can't just report like a story. They will have to throw in an ethnicity or a color. And it makes it hard. I mean, I'm going to end up going like squirreling into like so many different areas of this.
This is the end spot. We have a conversation. You my niece. I'm Unc. Hey, I'm Unc. Let's talk.
I think color should never, ever be an issue, because you can be any color and have problems. You know, you can be any color and be perfect, which, I mean, there's no such thing as perfect. But like you said, you can be any color and look like you're held together, but mentally not be, you know, together. So we need to stop focusing on color and focus on the situation, maybe where they're coming from, their home life, like, you know, things like that. Start looking at that, not focusing, oh, it was a black kid, you know, what else is new? No, that's not what it is. I've seen white ghetto people. I've seen black ghetto people. I've seen Hispanic ghetto people. I've seen black successful people, white successful. So it doesn't matter what race you are. You know, you can fuck up or you can step up.
Yep.
Period.
Ooh, Hold on. You gonna you get 3 of these. Okay, what? Did you see me do that?
Yeah.
Can you see me?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, y'all, you know how we get down. Tasha, we're going to take a 1-minute break. When we come back, who's ever paying attention, please, the conversation may get real serious now. So if you tuned in, do not go anywhere. We're going to do a minute break. We're coming right back. It's about to get real. All right, Tasha, I'm going to go ahead and mute you, girl, and I'm going to get out your face. We're going to put this on real quick and hit the music.
Welcome to the M spot. Yeah. Mac Manz. Let's go. Woo. Yeah. M spot with a mindset shift. Yeah. Motivation turn pain to a gift. Let's go. Momentum when the moment don't quit. Mac Manz talk truth. This is it. Yeah, I'm back with the facts. News hit fast, no cap. Sports talk, real talk. Bring the guests to the map. Different walks, different lives. Every voice get heard. Message in the madness. Every line got a word. Motivation when you feel like you stuck in place. Momentum keep pushing when you losing the race. Moments turn legends when you stay on the grind. Maturation, elevation of the mind. M spot with a mindset shift. Yeah. Motivation turn pain to a gift. Let's go. Momentum when the moment don't quit. Mac Manz talk truth. This is it. M spot, Mac Manz, the M spot, with mindset, meets momentum. Woo!
Okay, Tasha Mack, are you there?
Yes.
We are back once again with Tasha Mack. You got Mac and Mac. Hey,
I gotta
check it out. Check it out. You should do this real quick like this. The other way. Go the other way. You got Mac and Mac back to back. I know that's corny as hell, but you know what? It is what it is because I am the Big Mac. I'm just saying it. I'm just saying the Big Mac. Okay. Now, we finna hit them. Let's go into. There's some more people. Boy, girl, you got this blowing up over here. Papa Bear 1620 says, "Hey, that's right." Rich Rackwell said, "Tell it to him, T Mac." And Papa Bear said, "F up and step up, F up or step up." That's the quote for the year. Yeah, F up. Hey, you fuck up and step up. I'm gonna actually make. I'm gonna make a shirt. Tasha Mac gonna make you a shirt. You know I make shirts.
Yeah.
So I got you.
I'll rock it.
Yeah, and then my Michelle, what's up, Michelle? Gunshot salute to Michelle and Papa Bear. Michelle, if you cut us, we all bleed the same. That's correct.
Amen.
Welcome back, Unc. Hey, Papa Bear, thank you, man. Welcome back, Unc, man. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it because it's been a lot of my followers thought I left, and I went away from it to do some things. But as y'all see, I'm back. Let's keep it real. It looks better. It sounds better. I'm not on little cell phones no more. I actually got something going on. So thank y'all for everybody that tunes in and has been watching me. So you guys make me. I'm nothing without you. So I appreciate it. We're gonna pay a little funky bills because we ain't got nobody we pay bills to. But I'm just gonna say anyway. Put them out there. So that's right. This is the M Spot. The M Spot is being brought to you by NNB Cleaning 501-394-9225. Here's the whole thing. If you want your floor to shine and you want your cabinets to look amazing, you better call NNB Cleaning. NNB Cleaning 501-394-9225. The girl don't play. She can get the job done. Also, Patrick and the People, a.k.a. Rich and the People. That's right. It's my boy, my co-host from Two Ball Guys, Rich and the People. Check him out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 8 a.m. That is what he do. And my boys, Dads After Dark. You know what I say? They ain't frying if they ain't trying. That's right. The Dads After Dark, they are the air fry kings. That's right, Dads After Dark. Catch them on Monday nights. Usually Rich tells what time they come on. So just catch them on Monday. Trust me, you'll love it. And that's right. You are here with us right now on the M Spot. Let's get back to it. So Tasha Mack. This is what we're going to talk about, girl. So check this out. So Tasha, me and you have conversations a lot of times. So we're gonna let them into our little stuff right now. Because the fact that me and you belong to a group called the Tribe of the Tribeless. And sometimes it's just me and you have little conversations. So for anybody listening, this is no disrespect. This is the time when we get to be us. And what I mean by us, we're going to talk about the subjects we like to talk about the way we like to talk about them. Me and Tasha are going to get into mental health and spirituality because I think the two are linked a lot more than what people give credit for. We're not going to go into anything deep, but we're going to give our own personal conversations as we speak. Before I went into yesterday, I was telling people, when you have people in your life that care about you, they'll do things. There's little keys and cogs to life that let you know that you are important. And what it was the one thing. I had a cousin. His name was Charles Thomas. And me and Charles had it out. When I was a kid, Charles used to always be kind of bullish to me, but he became spiritual towards the end, and he knew how I was about it. So he gave me this book, and I never read it. Put the book up. Charles passed away. So when Charles passed away, something led me to this cabinet. In the cabinet, it was a book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Have you ever seen or read it? Okay, it's a book that's very well known. I'm Tasha Mack. I gotta get you a copy. And I opened it up, and in the front, he signed it for me.
Oh.
And he said, "This is what you need." And I started reading it. And yes, it did so much for me. It let me know who I was, why I was the way. I was so resentful towards my parents. They told me I had to have two parents. I mean, any question you have, this book has it. So I went from that to reading the devotionals. And any book I have, somebody important gave it to me, and I would read it. Now, this here was given to me from a older lady at a church. and it's God's little devotional book for men. I do read this. But
Love
my
that.
favorite, this was given to me from somebody special. I love this. This is the Walking with God devotional. This thing is 365. It has the pages in it are just glorious. It has the dates on it for every day that you can read. So
That's beautiful.
if you started, not worried about starting a book from the beginning. Just start from the date, And it is an accessory for me daily as I get into it. It's helping my mental. So my spiritual and my mental are connecting, which is making everything go a little bit smoother. But I'm learning to be patient. Now, when it comes to you, what are your key things you do or you read to get your mind settled by using what you believe in your spirituality? How does that work into getting your mind settled when you're having situations?
Um, so that's a great question. So, anybody who knows me, like really in my personal life, knows I have severe anxiety. And it used to cripple me. Like this right here would have never happened a year ago before I really started this healing journey. Never would have happened. I would have been panicking and overthinking. And something that I have found that really resonates with me is breath work, breathing. Something new I'm getting into with, I want to shout out my girl, Andrea. She's a shaman I work with, and she's also one of my best friends. And we do something called somatic healing. And just little things like you tap like this, and then you tap like this, and it's opening your body up, releasing things. So just little practices like that, trying to release negative energy I may brought in, that's keeping me down, is important, and that's how I really keep myself grounded. I'm an empath, so I pick up everybody's emotions, and
Mm,
sometimes that can really weigh me down. So the breath work and trying to implement this somatic healing is really what keeps me grounded.
I got you. Let's go to these comments real quick. They're coming in. Papa Bear saying he needs a shirt in his life. We are really okay, y'all. If y'all ask, you know the rules. I get y'all the email and stuff. Get a hold of me. I will literally make these shirts, and I mean I gotta get paid. I ain't just gonna. But Tasha, you'll get a proceed of the shirt because it's a shirt that you came up with the catchphrase. So we'll do that. Um, you're doing great, girl.
Oh,
She's one to talk to. Let me see. Man, the leaps and this is D Murph. Man, the leaps and bounds I've made with God since I've started trying to fix my life and my life as good as I can. It's crazy. And I feel you, T Mac. I got nervous when I accidentally answered Rich video call. I didn't even say anything. So yeah, but I get. So here's the thing: is like when you were talking about the shaman. See, people hear things like that. They say it's not about God. Stop. Would you stop?
it's
Because
both.
she
I
just
believe in spirituality and religion.
she
They
just
both can coexist together.
yeah, but she just spoke on y'all. She just spoke on healing. God told you you would have the gift of healing. That's touching and healing. You hear what she's saying? I hate when people do. Well, no, stop. Also, too, me, I am not religious. So all y'all out there, hear me. Yeah, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. Religion is me getting up every day, putting my shoes on every single day. I'm religiously getting myself together. Every single day when I brush my teeth, I'm religious. Religious is learn to read the words. When you go into a church or a synagogue or a house of God, you are there to have a relationship spiritually with God. Boom. That's what it is. Because a lot of people get mad. You're not religious. Would you stop? I didn't say I didn't love God. Don't do me like that. I ain't gonna do that because God is my everything. And I think more people should, especially in the time we're in now, that's what we need. So, but I like that way you said that, Tasha, right? So I'm gonna get there. So with it, your mental. Now, when you finally do get your mental settled in, what are some key things you do to keep yourself at steady pace? Because I know I read these books and stuff, right? I have a verse that's in. I have a couple of verses that is in my phone, and whenever I'm feeling anxious, I read those verses, and it's like God's telling me to be patient, calm down. So I have when I know it's coming, I have ways of doing that. What are your ways once you calm down to maintain that stability mentally?
Ooh, that's a good one. Um, so really for me, I like to process things orally. Like I like to talk. So I will c- call up somebody who I trust. And, once I'm grounded and I know that I can, talk without losing my shit or, just being all
Mhm.
over the place. I like to talk things out. I do want to start journaling. They say it's really good. A couple of the girls in my group, they journal and it does amazing things for them. But I have some kind of like just childhood trauma with that. So I don't, I can't really, it's just really, like I said, it's just the breath work, meditating. I try to meditate. I don't get to do it as much as I like to do. I have a toddler, which makes things very hard, but meditating is really important. And music. I really, really, really love music. So sometimes I'll just sit and listen to music. Just sit, listen to music and think.
So you look, you're a jack of all trades. So you work, you're a mother, you're on your spiritual thing. That's kind of cool. So have you ever thought about sitting back sometimes and, well, let me set the question up. You're your children. So when you spend time with them, when you spend time with them, what are the things you do with them as far as to help them maintain? Because we have a world right now where our kids are in danger every single day.
Oh,
And I think
yeah.
you have to prepare them mentally and spiritually as well. A lot of people don't think about that. Just the
Yeah.
prayers at night over your child, yes, that's good, but you have to teach them different things because you don't want them to be a cog in a machine that has nothing going for it, but just the fact that they're just living there, just living. You're just consuming space. You're not doing anything else. And when you're with your children and you spend time, do you have times and moments of mental exercise without them really thinking about it or spiritual time with them?
Um, so I would say not so much with my son. He's 2 or about to be 2. So there's, not most of my time with him is just like running around like, no, don't eat that. No, don't touch, you know. So that's more of me trying to remain grounded, but it's really good in a sense though, because it helps me really implement these tools that I'm learning of keeping myself calm instead of like flying off the handle. So, and as for my daughter, hold, what's up? Can you that was my daughter right there. She's 16. She's a teenager.
Oh, you
So
got
I
girl,
really,
that's the dope. Don't play.
yeah, she, no, she left. We don't get to spend as much time as we used to, but I really do implement, just being open with her, having open, non-judgmental conversations. She can come to me and talk to me about anything, and I'm not going to judge you. I'm not going to force. Like, we both have difference of views on religion. She is Pentecostal, and I'm non-denominational Christian. So, that's sometimes we can bump heads over, but I know as me as a parent, I have set her up because she is following what she feels is, her spiritual path. She believes in God. She believes in Jesus. She's a great human. She loves people. She loves to help people like her mother. Her friends come to her as the seek answers. She's like the problem fixer in her crew of people. So I think I've done a pretty good job. I don't know how I've done it, to be honest, but I've done it.
That's cool, Tasha. That's cool. You man, that it's awesome to hear that, and it's like for the fact she's doing that, it helps her still be a good girl, and that's
Yeah.
what we need. Like, because right now here's a stigma. I'm gonna ask you something else too. It's a stigma. I'm a good guy. If you know anything about me, you're gonna get all my heart. And I tell people this like, why you always so I am sensitive and emotional because people say I wear my heart don't trip. People say I wear my heart on my sleeve. Every time I hear that I do this right here. Because it looks like it's pretty big, so yeah. So I do wear my heart on my sleeve. And I can't turn it off. It's something I can't do. I've tried. And I've noticed when people talk to me, they're expecting that I'm nice, they're expecting two things. I wonder if this happens to you. They're expecting the long trial to go, and at the end of it, I'm either going to be the biggest butthole in the world, like I'm setting them up for a fall, or I'm the biggest wimp and pushover. Do you ever experience that? That is that nice person thing. Do you ever experience that at all?
Oh yeah, that's something I've really worked on is people pleasing, and I actually fell victim to it today. I've worked very hard on not being a people pleaser anymore. And sometimes, I slip up. I'm not perfect. But definitely so. People think my kindness, they can get over on me. And I let them think that, but they're not. I peep everything.
What what helps me is I'm a short guy, but if anybody that knows I'm a short guy, but I work out, I'm not no little small dude. So they don't. It's weird. People try it, like especially when they hear me. So he's just the sweetest guy. Then he's like, oh damn. But I am a teddy bear. I am such a teddy bear. I'm not a violent guy. I don't like the violent thing. But just in case I got to, I'm big enough to throw these, so don't think I can't. So just had to let y'all know that. Don't be out there talking mess like Mac Manz can't fight. Don't get drug in the street. Just don't.
What you need to learn is what I learned. Is even if people think that about you, let them. Who cares? What does it matter what they think about you?
Okay, now
what matters?
Now we finna start talking. See, I'm glad you're here because I was gonna tell you something about that. Look, I understand you're coming from with that. I got you. But in able to process greatness, you have got to battle the bitter.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes you can't just sit back because you have to understand this. Even Jesus, he wasn't mean how he said it, but even Jesus told people leave him alone sometimes. It wasn't mean how he did it. He had ways of doing it. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it's not that the fact of doing it is how you do it. Because some people don't understand and they just pry. And that's the thing I want to say to you. And I told Smiles that about us being godly people. Just because you godly people don't mean you gotta be a wimp.
Yeah.
So, and I think people don't understand that. People always like, if he was like, oh yeah, it's like, oh he did, oh my God, I can't believe he yelled at that lady. You supposed to be with God. Well, you know what, ma'am? It says to be angry and sin not. I didn't sin. I yelled a little bit, but I didn't sin. So, but yeah, so no, Tasha, all goodness, all joking aside, I do understand what you're saying about let them, it is what it is. They did that to Jesus too, let them do what it is. But the thing is too, Jesus fought back without fighting back.
Yeah.
So that's the thing is like, so don't, sometimes you got to put your foot down. You've got to. And let people know like, hey, I ain't playing that. Leave me alone. And with that
that's your boundaries. You set your boundaries with people.
Yeah. Okay. There you go. I got you. Yep. Let them say what they want to say, but don't come within my boundaries.
Yep.
So you're all right. So yeah, it says, Papa Bear said, he said, Tina, he's on this. Papa Bear is something else. Tina Quinn's here. She said, that's my soul sister. I love you, LaTasha.
I love
Bear
you.
said, Tina. And then Papa Bear, she's killing it. Christy, yes, she is. That's right. Look at you. Give her another round of applause. And look, y'all. This young lady was nervous. She was like, I've never been. I'm nervous in the back. I can do that. I'm like, girl, you coming to my spot. You better shut the hell up and get on here and sit back and kick it with Unc. That's what we do here. We don't play that mess. So, Tasha, mental health in general. We talk about this all the time. Mental health. How important is it? Let people know how important it is when you're dealing with things mentally to get help before you have a complete breakdown.
God, it is so important. I never realized how important it was till I had my son and I was diagnosed with postpartum depression and anxiety. And for the first time in my life, I actually thought about killing myself. And, I've always suffered with depression and like, I just don't want to be here anymore. But not driving down the highway, coming around a curve and being like, what if I just like that real quick? And the first thing I did is I came home and I admitted it to my partner and I got it out and I got help. So it was embarrassing. It was hard, but it was the best thing I ever did because some people don't. A few weeks ago, my daughter's very, very good friend, he committed suicide, and it has really, really, really affected her community, the schools, and it's because these kids don't realize it's okay to ask for help. There's nothing you could say is ever that serious that you feel you have to do that. That's permanent. That's forever. Mistakes are temporary.
I'm glad you said that, Tasha. A lot of people need especially our youth. And like I said, with me and you, We have a lot of comments. Same thing with me. The car thing. I won't go into it. But, well, shit, we being real. I tried to rent a car one time going 200 miles an hour into a wall.
Yeah.
I wrote one of my best songs, because I am a published Christian hip hop artist. I have 2 or 3 CDs, and one of the songs I wrote was called "Fire in the Soul." And what it was one day my son's watching. I don't know if I've ever told him this story. I was so down and low and thought nobody would ever love me. I was a single dad, and I've always been the guy. No matter what's going on in a relationship, I always take the bottom end. I don't never fight back. I'm always, it is what it is. I was always taught you got to be a good guy in life. So never fought back about anything. My kid's mother wouldn't come get them. Whenever I get them to their aunt, and I don't know why I had this can of gasoline in my room in my house. Tasha, I went to my kid's room. I said a prayer. I went to light it up, and it would not light.
Ooh, that was God.
And I
That
wrote
was
a song called "Fire in the Soul," and it's one of the best songs I ever wrote in my life. And it's a story of how I tried to hurt myself in the car, how I tried to burn myself up. And that's the key line was the fire I tried to start on my body, the fire I tried to start on my flesh, started a fire on my soul. And so people don't know your story, man. They don't know I've been through so much. I just don't really go into all the time. So when people make fun of me, this is something I want to say too, because we're going there. When people mock you and make fun of you, it's okay to do it for a while, but learn to read the room. People learn to read the room. God, I can't say that any more than what I just said. Learn to read the room. Part of mental disability is having to deal with people that can't read rooms.
Yeah.
You might not be in your best place at one time, and it takes one stupid joke or one comment, and you know how low you feel, and you want to take it out. People don't understand how that feels sometimes. So I tell people that's why, like, when I used to be at the gas station, they'd be like, "Well, dude, you like my morning cup of coffee." I'm going to be inspirational, and I'm going to love you, because I might just save you from doing something to yourself. Because one person loves you. And that's, I understand, Tasha Mac, people not reading not reading the fucking room. Read the room. God, read the room.
So something I learned that was very hard to learn is you got to let go of expectation of others. You can't expect them.
Well,
you have to bring them. Again, that's where the boundaries come in. Set that boundary with that person and let them know. If they keep overstepping that boundary, then you may need to just part ways. You can still leave the door open for them when they're ready to, when they're ready to respect you and honor you and your wishes. But you don't have to keep subjecting yourself to that. That was a huge lesson I learned, because again, I would do the same thing. I would hang around just waiting, thinking, oh, they're going to change, they're going to stop, and they don't.
Hey, your girls, Christy Wright and Tina Quinn, they both put in "read the room." Thank you. Yeah, because that's a big issue. It's like, Tasha, I understand everything you're saying, and we have to be that way. But then it comes a time, too, where if it's a fight and 2 kids are fighting, you can't just keep blaming Jamal, because guess what? Jamal got hit by Akeem. Akeem hit Jamal twice, so guess what? Jamal started to fight back. I mean, yeah, so it's like, we can be the ones that have the bigger person. But people out here, learn to be, if you love God, you don't act that way. That's one thing I'm gonna say too. People that love God, you can't love certain parts. You can't love God and be racist. You can't love God and hate people. You can't love God and don't want to help nobody. You get where I'm going? If you're supposed to be this godly person, those are the key factors. Those aren't just, that's not like you're going to the grocery store to make a sandwich and you don't have to have bread, you don't have to have meat, you can have lettuce on the sandwich or just tomatoes. It's not a smorgasbord you can choose from. It comes as an equipped package. You love God, you love people, you respect people, and you do good by people. That is the whole package, Tasha.
You're supposed to love people as you love yourself. Well, I don't remember like the exact quote, but love thy neighbor as thyself or something. Like, yeah, I agree 100%.
And
But that's the hypocrisy in religion. You know, I see it all the time. All the time. It's, yeah. Trust me, I totally understand that frustration.
Well, also too, I think when we learn to love each other more, um, I think that solves a lot of problems. It just does.
Yeah.
When you know a person is there for you to help you uplift instead of help push you down, it makes a big difference. Big
Oh,
difference.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Christy Wright said, "Why can't we just love everyone? We are all beautiful people." Christy, you get an applause for that. Because
Uh,
yeah.
I just want to say this. If it wasn't for Andrea, Tina, Christy, there's a couple other girls that aren't here right now because they had other obligations. Libby, Kayanne. I know I'm missing Kat. I know I'm forgetting somebody right now. It's just my brain's going too fast. But these women have saved my life by loving me as a whole. So I've seen firsthand what love can do if we could just spread love. And you know, this is the thing that gets me is social media. Social media could be such a beautiful, powerful tool of spreading love if we would stop twisting it and making it negative. I watched a video which I told my girlfriend, I said, well, I don't even know why I watched this video because it was just so negative and disgusting of two Hispanic girls fighting here in Little Rock.
Yesterday, yeah.
And the girl was beating the crap out of her, made her friend go get scissors, cut this poor girl's hair, the girl screaming, you know, and people watched that. There were hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments. But let me go post something, one of my nice motivational posts, quotes or something. Oh, you know, I may get like 10 likes, you know, 5 comments, but like, what's the logic behind that? Why do we have to push negativity? We need to be pushing love.
And me and Rich were just talking about that because we mentioned your story. We were just talking about that yesterday. It's like, that's what we're talking about. We were just talking about that.
Yeah.
About how this stuff, social media doesn't make it any better.
No.
Especially with if you are a person that has mental issues, you cannot get on social media.
No.
You cannot get, social media will destroy you. Then what gets me is they have these women on social media who swear down, girl, I've been working out. No, half of them have surgeries. Then they do what they do after that to keep the body, you know, taking care of themselves. Even the guys, gray sweatpants, man, or gray beard gang, boom, we got you on. Anybody, but anybody on here, there was a lady talking about it, young lady. She shook it all rump shaker. She said once she started making music and put music up, she didn't have nobody following. She said when I was out here and half naked, y'all blow my page up. She said now y'all don't even support my music. And that just proves a point. That place is bad for you if you're not mentally stable. And that's one issue. We live in that era though. AI, social media, what is it, World Star? Oh my God, if I see one more than that. See, and that's the thing, LaTasha. They'd rather post that. That is what they're feeding our children. So see how counteracted that is to be. See how we wrapping this back up in a big ball. Y'all didn't know this was coming, did you? Huh? By the way, I caught you giving out shout out to all your girls so you think you slick. So girls, I salute to all y'all. Okay. So now back in the ball we were talking about. So now it's hard to defeat that because you're trying to teach your kids how to be spiritual and love God. They're seeing this mess right here, which is messing up the mental. So now that they watch this to mess up the mental, you can't give them the spiritual. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think our kids have too much access to stuff that we never did, ever.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like, yeah, that's a thing too. And I'm glad you said social media. So with your daughter being her age, because she's at that social media age. I mean, when I say social media, I mean she at that TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. And the thing is, Tasha, she younger than us. Her followers, she probably got more followers than we do.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. My daughter's she's a great person. People love her, so I'm sure she does.
So now when you talk to her, does she come to you and talk to you about things spiritually and mentally when she needs to? Does she Does she download those conversations to you?
Some of them. We don't talk too much religion. She feels that I judge her religion
Mm,
and her church. So she doesn't like to talk to me about her church wise, but she will talk to me about God and, praying to him. She does come to me about different issues, whether she's been bullied or somebody else has been bullied. And sometimes she'll even come to me just to get advice. Like, hey, Bobby and Susie and Mickey and whatever, this is what's going on. And she just, she'll just want to tell me. And sometimes she just wants to tell me, and then sometimes she wants advice. So I'm learning to ask, do you want advice or do you just want to tell me? Because with kids, you can't always force it on them. I've learned the hard way. So that's kind of where our relationship stands. But she does feel comfortable coming and telling me. She's came and told me things that I was kind of like, whoa, when I was that age, I was not telling my mother that.
yeah.
So for me, it feels wonderful because I didn't feel safe to tell my mom things like that. So for her to be able to feel safe enough to tell me these type of things, sometimes I get upset because I'm like, man, maybe I'm failing as a parent. But then I realize, no, I'm not failing as a parent because she's being honest and she's telling me. So
It's good because support, like you said, like I noticed, like you said, those girls kept you alive. So
yeah.
tell people how important it is to have a support system.
Oh God, Jesus. Whew, a support system is so crucial. So what really kicked me off on this journey was I had a near-death experience. I died when I had my son. And when I died, I was talking to Jesus. And when I came back, something just like was rewired in my brain, and I knew I had to heal. I had to heal from my trauma. I had to stop being the victim. Woe me, my life sucks. Nobody loves me. Nobody likes me. And I met Andrea and I started working with her and just getting that real true support, somebody who truly saw me for me, and she accepted my wounds, she accepted my flawness, and she said, you know what, we're gonna fix you, we're gonna get this, we're gonna get you where you need to be. And she's done it the whole way, not once judging me. And do you know how hard it is to find that? It's extremely hard to find that. So having a real sense of community, and I'm talking real people, not, hey girl, like you're on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Like playing that fake shit when you guys don't see each other. Like, no, these are real connections that I have where we are on the phone, talking, processing, we're meeting in person, really holding space, talking about deep things. It's very, very important to have that type of connection because you don't have to do everything alone. And I think a lot of people feel they have to because they're embarrassed, they're ashamed. They compare themselves. Well, this person's up here and I'm down here, so they're going to think, I'm lesser than them. And that's never how it should be. If they make you feel that way, it's not a real connection. So
Mm,
yeah. Oh, I could just go on forever. How important connection is so, so, so important. And community are one of the two biggest things. My dream is to have a community of people where we all support each other, and we can even kind of go back to our ancestors where we kind of like live in a barter system almost. Like, why
yes.
have to be money? Like, let's barter services. You're good at this and you're good at this, so I'll swap you, is what we're trying to build. We just want to bring people in. We want to heal, really heal, and live aligned.
See, that's crazy. Tasha. Okay, so like I always tell people, if you don't, one thing you guys don't know about me in the group, the tribe to tribe, this, and Richard tell you this, he knows. I'm always the one guy in the right place at the right time, talking to the right people. That's
Yeah.
if you knew the people I knew or the people I've came in contact with, you'd be like, oh my god. And I told me and Rich talk about this all the time. Rich like, how the hell you? I'm just me. God made me
That's me.
where I can't turn. I am a personality. I can't
Have
turn.
you, I want to know, have you ever heard of human design?
No, you were telling me. No, me. Remember me? You were going into that with me.
I want to do your human design in the worst way because I feel like you're going to be very similar to me. When you do your human design, it pretty much tells you what type you are. And then you have something called your profile, which is 2 numbers. And I'm a 4-6, which means I'm a networker and I'm a role model. But I think it's like the martyr, which they don't become a role model till after 50 or 30 or I'm getting it
Yeah.
backwards. But and it's so true because as I sit and reflect on my life, that's me. And I think that you're going to have a 4 in your line too, because you're like me. You're so good at connecting with people. I'm the same way. I connect with people like that. I'm the one who's always like, hey, I got somebody for you, and I'm going to link you two up to change your fucking life. So
Yeah.
I definitely can relate on that.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, like I said, I've been getting some. I've been doing like I had a friend of mine that was into. They're like they had me do something. They had me do like some drawings and stuff like that. It's weird. The stuff that you don't understand that's in your life or passing through your life, that you really don't understand what is going on. I tell people, you'll meet people in your life that are supposed to stick. Okay, like so my process. Remember, I told people we was going through a process, and the first part of the process, we had to admit what was going on. Then from that point, we did what was it, a breakthrough. What you do the breakthrough is when you pray and you ask God to remove and add things that are supposed to be there. It takes a minute, but things fall off. And girl, when I say things fall off, I lost important people in my life. They fell off. Other people stayed. So then from that point, you go through a self evaluation. Self evaluation. Now you have the people that are here in your corner that didn't go anywhere. You have the people that left. Now evaluate yourself. Why are those people no longer there? And it's not deep. It's like, well, okay, that person me and them always argued. Okay, they're not here. It's like, and then you think to yourself like, man, God. If you think about it like God, you took the right people away. When you do self evaluation, you are connected and you understand. So then from self evaluation, you go through an expansion process. Expansion is that you do self evaluation, you know what's there, so you start cleaning it up and moving stuff around because you're getting ready to prepare for what is coming in. So you have to push that other stuff you need out. And you did that during the breakthrough period because that's what God does. From that point, now you're into the part of being patient. That's the hardest part when you're spiritual. Is letting God do what he's supposed to do and you not do it yourself. Because you see what's going on, you know what's going to happen. You got to stop. And that's when I went to more reading these, picking up my word every single day because I had to have learned patience. And I have this one thing I have that I read. I'm going to send it to you, Tasha. Every time I get impatient, I read this 3 or 4 times and it calms me completely down. And all it is it's not a verse. It's based upon one verse that's at the bottom. But the whole time it's telling you, God said, why are you rushing for something that I haven't completed yet? The situation is yours, but it's not ready yet. Why would you be jumping the gun? Why don't you learn to be patient? The things that you've been praying for, I already know. They're there. So what I do, I told a guy today, when I walk, I talk to God. Oh, I don't pray. I don't pray. I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? I don't cuss, but like, bro, for real. It's like, and after that, he's like, okay, I knew what was going on. I just wait for you to give me confirmation that you know what's going on. All that stuff together, if you complete the process, it's going to be some pain. But once that process is over, the blessing at the end of that, Tasha, is so enormous. And I mean that spiritually, mentally, sometimes even physically, because you've been working out the whole time too. And yeah, and I think what our problem is, we don't want to process. We do not want to process. We don't. We want it now. We don't want no pain. Nobody wants to process.
Oh, absolutely. That used to be me. Instant gratification is what we want.
Well, and then too, it's like who you have around you. The people you have around you love you. They save you. They help you. They purposely push you. Those are
Yeah.
people when you have a barbecue. Those are the ones, like your life's like a picnic. I got so many of these. Your life's like a barbecue. You have people that are going to come to the barbecue and bring stuff. You got the people that's going to come, bring nothing but take. Those people don't invite to the barbecue any longer because all they're doing is they're taking from you. There's people like that around you all the time. You have people, girl was people that wouldn't even mess or talk to me, wouldn't mess with me. As soon as I start doing this type of stuff, it's like, oh, whatever. Okay, the people are following. Oh, Whitney's on this. You know what? Nope. Stay away. Keep the same energy. I don't need you at the barbecue because all you're going to do is come grab a plate of ribs and run. You're not going to bring no cups, no napkins, no nothing.
Yeah, but what if you could change them? By you keeping them away?
See, why you have to do that? Why you have to go there with that? What is your problem? Come on, man. You have to, man. Would you stop? Would you don't even go there? What if you can change them? Listen, what they gonna take half a rib or something with the And then Steve Harvey had the greatest thing. This is what he said. He said, here's the problem with people with blessings. He said, blessings is like a UPS package. You wait for it. It comes to your door. Now, if you're there patiently waiting, you can get that package. But with us, we jump the gun, so it's like we moved to a different address. And that blessing has to be sent back and shipped back out again. And I was like, ooh, that don't sound, that is so deep, because we do jump the gun and get out of position.
Oh, so, yeah.
Well, Tasha Mac, before we leave here, it was so awesome talking to you. Before we leave here, I would like for you to, seriously, every time I get off the show, I do a thing afterwards, like when the guests are gone, and I talk to the people. Please talk to the people about the importance of, matter of fact, we're going to do this together. We're going to talk about the importance of mental health and spirituality. I would do mental health because right now I need to get a message out to my brothers. I would like for you to say something about spirituality as far as us as people, come up with something. But it's my turn right now. So I'm gonna give us each a screen. I'm gonna hit mine first, then Tasha gonna hit yours.
Okay.
So that's how we doing it. We're gonna get it all set up. So Tasha Mac, don't go nowhere. Just be right there for a second. Well, I like to say to you young males out here, especially brothers, and you remind me about brothers, our brown skin community. A lot of us are out here dealing with mental health issues, and we've always been told to, hey, what happens at home stays at home. You're gonna grow up. Don't be doing no crying. Only punks cry. What? Emotions, what? You a grown man. Stop. As these kids say, stop the cap. It's time. You need to go get help. Please reach out to your local services. If it's local, your local government, whatever you need to do to get help. Too many of my black men, I would say too many of my black males are out here wasting away, dying mentally and physically because they're having issues that they don't want to go get help. They're scared to get help. They've been patterned not to get help. Don't. Get yourself together because your kids need you, your family needs you, and the world needs you. So to all my brothers out here, please, please get yourself some help. All right, Tasha, I'm bringing you back on. I'm sorry I had to hit that because it's like, to me, that's an important subject. And I think the issue is that we have a lot of people that won't admit that being a man of color, we don't get help when we have these problems. And that is the issue. And I wish more people would go get the help they need. So Tasha Mac, it is your turn and your spotlight.
Oh, God. So I have to say, really for everybody, I'm going to piggyback off what you're saying. I think it's important for everybody, if you're struggling mentally, emotionally, physically, reach out for help. Even if you have to reach out to a stranger, somebody that you look up and admire, take the risk and try it. You never know what could come of it. And as for spirituality, there's really no perfect path to spirituality. You take your own pace, your own journey. And the most important thing, don't compare to anybody. It's okay to reach out to God. It's okay to talk to people to, kind of see what their experiences are, but don't compare yourself to them. Trust yourself, trust the timing, and don't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
That's my girl.
Because I don't.
And she can say that that's my niece. She can say the hell she want to say. Leave her alone. She can say she wants to say.
I mean, if you peep the shirt, holy but hood. That's me.
Hey, I got one of those. Yeah, I got. So if you notice, Tasha, you were the first guest today that got to share the space with Unc. You got your own whole box in the middle like I did. So a lot of people don't get that. So feel privileged, girl. Feel privileged. So we're gonna give you another round of applause. Thank you for coming on. It was awesome. So when I end my show from here on out, you get a round of applause. And because you was talking and I know what you were saying some of the time, I just hit you with a. So we're gonna you my girl. Remember, y'all, on this show, the M Spot is a platform for those who don't have a platform. You want to get on? Hit me up. Tasha ain't going nowhere yet. We're going to do these little ad things. I'm going nowhere, Tasha. You staying right there. Hit me up. Mac Manz Media LLC.net. Go on there. You can get, now if you get a sponsor, it's not real. Don't play. It's a real website. Stop. Because it just says .net. Get on there. There's inquiries on my merchandise. If you want anything, I do personal projects. Just hit me up. Also check out my YouTube, Facebook channel, Twitch, TikTok, Instagram, all that jazz. Tonight was a special night. I got to have my niece on. She did an amazing job today. It's the Max. So Tasha, how would you feel about coming back on in about a week or so? Get you back on.
Oh, I would love that.
Yes.
I have to tell you real quick. There was a story I read before I got on here about a guy in Georgia who lost his job and he's getting charged because he stole 800 mac and cheeses from Chick-fil-A. So when you said mac and cheese, it just...
Okay, Rich, that this ain't funny segment you do, Tasha just whipped your ass. It was one moment. Hey, I'm gonna do. Hold on. I'm gonna do my Godfrey impression of Steve Harvey. See that boy? She just whipped your ass. Yep. It's her head. See that boy? As David Chappelle would say, "Gotcha, bitch. Gotcha, Rich." It was awesome having you here, Tasha. I enjoyed it. Once again, applause to Tasha Mack. Tasha, enjoy your night. Thank you for not being nervous. You're gonna be all right. So next time, girl, we got to get you right. You was on that iPad, so we can see you. People can see you, but it's like you got that little filter on, where like you on that TV show and you ain't trying to tell nobody business.
I really thought it was gonna work better.
You said what?
I thought it was gonna work better because. I guess not. Next time I'll use my phone.
Yeah, right. So you got that face like you ain't trying to tell a committed crime. It's like, yeah, what happened?
Well, back in 1976, they had the 30 men lined up, and I knew they were going to kill them, but I didn't say it. Not a one word. Not one word.
That guy that's snitching, but ain't trying to get in trouble.
Yeah, I didn't know about Tony them was hanging out at the corner the way they were, but I figured something was going on.
I'm like, who is you telling?
Stop. I promise I'll use my phone next time.
You my girl. This mess with you. But Tasha, love you, man. You have a good night tonight. We're going to go ahead and get rid of you here. Love you, Tasha. Have a good night.
Bye.
And thank you. Y'all, yes, that was my podcast niece, LaTasha Mack. Another round of applause to her. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was something unique and new today that I wanted to try. I think I'm gonna stick with it. I love having people that come on and have something important to say because that's what we do here. And I always take this 1 second. So if you're watching me, please come back. It's the M Spot. I don't do much or ask for much, but I do ask for people to support. Anything that you see is being produced by me, made by me. No money, no funding, no backing. Anybody you see that's a sponsor or people I care about, I want to make sure that they get a platform to get their names out. So for everybody that watched me tonight, I want to say thank you. And remember, you can catch me here Wednesday nights for Two Ball Guys with Rich Rockwell. Also, you can catch me here on Thursday nights for the M Spot, which is my spot. And once again, I want to thank y'all for coming in and kicking it with the Mac, because the M Spot is my spot, and that spot is always chill. Love you.
Welcome to the M Spot. Yeah. Mac Manz. Let's go. Woo. Yeah. M Spot with a mindset shift. Yeah. Motivation turn pain to a gift. Let's go. Momentum when the moment don't quit. Mac Manz talk truth. This is it. Yeah, I'm back with the facts. News hit fast, no cap. Sports talk, real talk. Bring the guests to the map. Different walks, different lives. Every voice get heard. Message in the madness. Every line got a word. Motivation when you feel like you stuck in place. Momentum keep pushing when you losing the race. Moments turn legends when you stay on the grind. Maturation, elevation of the mind. M Spot with a mindset shift. Yeah. Motivation turn pain to a